What is guilt? Does it facilitate or hinder spiritual growth? What is guilt? Does it facilitate or hinder spiritual growth? We use the term spiritual growth often. It is all right if it is being used loosely just to indicate something, but it is not all right if you mean spiritual growth as actually the growth of some entity. There is no spiritual growth as such. Spiritual growth only means spiritual dissolution. Nothing grows. All growth is that of the ego. Only the ego grows, accumulates, becomes larger. Now, what is guilt? Does it add something to your mind, or does it take something away from your mind? Is guilt a taking away of something or an addition of more thoughts?
Addition of more thoughts.
Does it make you heavy?
Yes.
Or helps you feel lighter? So is it a growth or a dissolution?
Growth.
It is a growth, right? It is a very unspiritual growth. It is like accumulation of money or disease or contacts or knowledge. Not spiritual at all. You see, I have a concept about myself. That's how we live. I have a concept about myself. Now forget about that concept being the truth. That concept is not even a fact. It is just a concept. Now situations hit against this concept. Time and again this concept gets wounded. It bleeds. Situations are not biased towards us. They tell us we are not what we imagine ourselves to be. We have two clever ways then. First is the way of self-improvement. What is that way? Well, I may not be yet there, but I can improve myself to reach there. The second is the way of self-flagellation. You are beating yourselves up. I was already there, and yet due to some kind of sleep, I missed it. Not that I have to reach the railway platform. I was already there, but I dozed off. So I missed the train. This is the way of guilt. I don't even have to improve. I'm already there. But some error, some unforeseen situation outside my control, and I missed it. That's what guilt says, right? Both of these paths are just paths for self-preservation, to maintain the concept. You will feel motivated to improve yourself, and you will feel guilty and demotivated, and you will tolerate both these mental states or either of them, but you will simply not admit that your self-concept is false, that you are not what you think yourselves to be. You are not that. you will not make this simple admission. You will write me long mails. So this happened, that happened. But you will simply not write that this is how I am. And I have no problems with this, because having problems is just fooling myself that something better was possible to me. I don't have any problems with this. It's just that I realize where I stand, and out of this realization, that real change happens. And that change, mind you, cannot be called improvement, because improvement always happens in the context of the present state of your ego. Real change will not improve you. It is not a personality development thing. Real change neither improves nor deteriorates you. It is just a dimensional shift, not an improvement. X is equal to 2 is not becoming x is equal to 3. It is moving into the z. Can you call it improvement? But you want improvement, not that dimensional transformation. Are you getting it? Don't feel bad about yourself, because you are not good enough to feel bad about yourself. Why are you overestimating yourself? Why? Just realize. Realization is, I cannot overstress this point. Realization is not a comparison. Realization is not coming to a conclusion. Realization is just an immediate knowing, oh, this is happening. Simple. Very, very simple. Oh, right now I am stuck in sexual desire. This is it. And unless it is simple, you will not realize. Unless it is simple, it cannot penetrate. Because if it is not simple, it will become a concept. And you will co-opt the concept. Only if it is very minute, very simple, can it have that penetrative edge. Like a needle. A needle has to be very simple. What if the needle is complicated? Can it enter? So realization has to be subtle, little, sharp as a needle. Not an extended thought, not an elaborate email. It has to be as swift, fast and clear as, oh, this is it, it has happened. Oh, and you wake up. Oh, done. No grand admissions are required. That split second is sufficient. And it's so powerful. That split second amounting to nothing is so powerful that it can change everything. And remember this, only that which is close to nothing can change everything.
Isn't the feeling of guilt inevitable? Because when it is said that it is very simple to realize, and when I look myself, that it is so simple, and even then I can't realize.
No, so come to the bare fact of its inevitability. And inevitability again must not remain a mere concept. You know what inevitability means? Inevitability means here it is. Inevitability means here it is. Inevitable means that which is impossible to be done away with, right? So here it is. This is what is the realization. Oh, done. Now do you really have time to feel guilty? You don't even have time. You can have time only if you want to enjoy, you want to have the pleasure of brooding. What am I doing? Wallowing in guilt.
Would gratefulness also have the same quality as that of a guilt? That
Gratefulness.
yes,
Gratefulness is the
yeah, with a pinch of gratefulness, then it's
that pinch tends to zero. Unless it tends to zero, it means nothing. Because the moment it takes expansion, the mind takes over. Why don't you understand this?
yes.
So there is the strike of love in your heart, and then you want to say something about it and write a poem and do so many other things. Now the mind has taken over. It's as if the lover has come and gone, and now the servants are busy with the clothes, washing, laundry, dry cleaning, ironing. The lover is not there, gone.
The moment it finds an expression, it's not there.
The expression will come. The expression is a direct and inevitable result of realization. But the expression is not of that which you realized. Understand this. When love penetrates you, the expression need not be directly of love itself, that I am writing poems on love. Love has penetrated you and it will find expression in the way you look at an animal, in the way you eat your food. Now expression is happening, but you are not expressing the concept of love. The expression is happening in your moment to moment living. Your very existence is an expression of that, of that realization. It's like you are saying I love you with every breath. Where is the time to say I love you? Walking, eating, sleeping. It's like you are praying with every heartbeat. Now where is the time to pray? But if you find an elaborate schedule to pray, it's bound to be false. Are you getting this?
Guilt and realization is an complementary. If you feel realization, then you will feel guilt, and if you feel guilt, then you will feel realization. Is it true?
Realization is a sharp look at the one feeling guilty. The one who feels guilty is not the same as the center that realizes. So when I say that, it's like saying, you are here again. Mr. Gaurav, back. Gaurav, the guilty. Anshu, the bemoaning. Shubhankar, the mourner. That rhymes. You are here again. Fine, you are here. That's it. How much time do you take to see that somebody is here? You need to write an essay about it. One glance and you know that the fellow is back, right? One glance is sufficient. That's it. One glance and you know Anshu, the guilty, is back. Simple. Who is he? Anshu, the guilty. Fine. Now why do you need to talk to him and shake hands and, become one with him? Let him be there. It's a part of the Maya game. He has a place in existence. In fact, he is existence. Let him have his rightful place. Sometimes he'll feel bad, sometimes he'll feel good. He wants to feel something. Let him do all that. He wants to be busy.
So like what if one becomes guilty of the fact that these glances are no more possible? Like
Then how do you know that they are no more possible?
that's just an analysis of what you were in past and probably used to have these glances.
Who looked at that past?
I mean, just a train of thought.
How do you know that train of thought happened? Does thought know itself?
But you can't call it realization. This
We can at least call it observation, self-observation. That is not far away.
but that does not like kill the processing.
Because you do not trust it. Because you have become very doubtful of yourself. Because you keep condemning yourself all the time. Then how can you even trust your own observation? My own observation, but who am I? Anshu, the condemnable. Now how can my observation be trusted? Anshu might be condemnable, but the one who observes is never condemnable. Anshu might be whatever, but when you are observing, you are not that. These two centers are different. Do you understand this? The process of observation is a dimensional change. When observing, you are nobody. And when that nobodiness is complete, then you are called a witness. So do not come up with this great plea that, sir, look at me with my kind of contaminated mind. Can my observations be relied upon? Yes, obviously, because they are not your observations. They are not mine either. They all come from a very different place. Kindly trust that place.
Sometimes the attitude that comes up is like you are observing a plant which you have just sown, or observing, we are not trusting our observation. We assume that as if we are expecting the results of a plant just sown.
This, when you are looking at a plant in that way, then that observation is mired with expectation, thinking, time, past, all these. So that is not really an observation. You are sitting at the window seat of a train. Now, what does observation mean in this regard? That you look at all the scenes outside and declare them to be bad or good or stinking or pleasant. Is that what observation is? Observation is simply opening your eyes and being with what is there. Now, what is there again does not mean a particular scene. It also does not mean all the sounds. It means sights, sounds, touch, feel, smell, plus everything else. Just opening up. That is observation. Observation is not like journalism. It is not about reporting a particular matter. What did you see? I saw plants. What did you see? I saw men. I saw sky. And what I'm saying is such a simple thing that when it happens, it just happens. It is there. And I'm pretty sure it happens with all of us. It's just that it doesn't happen as per our wish. You are so busy. You say, I have to fill the tracker, so I must observe. All right. Next 10 minutes, I must observe.
At that particular moment, observation doesn't happen.
Obviously, it cannot happen. Somebody gives you a call. You didn't write your observation today? Observation. That other day, somebody was stealing somebody's observation. Somebody came and said, this fellow is copying somebody else's observation from 3 days back. You have to be greatly observant to observe these things.
So the problem is the image. We make everything in an image because this very fearful. So much fear inside that everything has to be set into images so that no more fear.
So that there is no space for the unknown.
Unknown, yeah. Unknown is very fearful, very scary. Every small thing you look at, if you observe, there's an image ready.
Like small children, when they are taught alphabets A, B, C, D, so along with the alphabet A, they are also shown a photograph of apple. A for apple and all these things. When they come to the alphabet say R and they say it is a rose. Rose is red color. So after some years, when this child grows up and he sees the rose, they say R for rose, red rose. Someday he comes across a white rose or some other color rose. That is the time he just ये क्या हो गया? हमें तो सिखाया था ऐसे.
And look at our foolishness. And then not only does it happen with a child, it happens with entire economies. So because you are taught that a rose is red, and infrequently you have pink and white roses and yellow roses as well, but never do you have a black rose. So incidentally, when a black rose is found, it attracts a lot of money. Now why is the black rose so very costly? Because as a kid you were taught that roses are red. So grown-ups, 40-year-olds are prepared to pay 50,000 for a black rose. Do you see the entire stupidity of this game? What really is the difference between a black rose and a red rose? The difference is just that the kindergarten books say that roses are red.
Sir, even threats are like that you are told this is a civilized man. Something apart from that image, oh, that's a threat, cut it down.
Sir, to know anything I feel is rotten and dead, because anything new comes and I will try to compartmentalize it to the past and I will not be seeing what is happening.
It is very difficult for the mind to accept that the unknown cannot be comprehended. When the unknown strikes, you cannot comprehend because it's unknown. So it's very difficult to accept that. That's why the image is that comprehend it.
Obviously not. No observation is open to interpretation. No. Observation means nothing. Do you remember in the camp we said let the pen write? Let the eye see, that is observation. Let the pen write, that is reflection.